5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Successfully reconnected. Ridiculous. This video is sponsored by True Gold Republic, the precious metals experts. Talk to one of their experts today about, diversifying your portfolio to make sure that you're secure financially in the future. Find their contact information in the description below and pinned in our first comment. God bless True Gold, keeping us going. We're going to have to listen to my little song here, like it or not. If anyone can't hear us, please let me know, because this does not look good. Does not look good. Guys, hey, Teresa. We're not gonna. Hey, do y'all like my one note I get on my $1,100 song and deal? All right, God bless you guys. James Kaufman, World News Report today. It is still June 18th, 2024. It is, please share, subscribe, always, I'll just keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to do a quick earthquake, volcano, air quality, and weather report for you. And I know it will run into tomorrow, but that's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and get started now. Here, James Kaufman, World News Report today. It is June 18th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Thank you, Miss Teresa. We had a really good show, and you know what? It's more than a show. It's something that we were supposed to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start out with active volcanoes around the globe, and this is going to be per volcanodiscovery.de Denmark. I think last night we pretty much killed them on the earthquake they erased from the Florida Peninsula, or the Florida Panhandle, whatever you want to call it. I think that they were actually drilling cores in the Gulf of Mexico and also in the Atlantic for this new fuel. It's the snow that burns. It's the methane hydrate explosions. So, with that said, let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and count the volcanoes that are in full eruption and minor eruption. And anyone that's listening, I beg to throw in a guess, right? 3. 30. 50. 'All right, it looks like, and I could be wrong, I'm often wrong. No one's perfect, right? It looks like we have 59 volcanoes erupting, and that's from, I believe, yesterday's 60 volcanoes. The highest we've ever seen is 65 in our tenure over the last 10 years, and the lowest we've seen is 38. So we're well into a pretty volcanic situation. Today is Tuesday, so believe it or not, Canada is working again. Have all the wildfires, all the air quality. We had a huge quake over here in the salt mines. I call it a huge quake, a 3.1 at 5 kilometers of depth, right there where Lake Erie actually, all the salt in Lake Erie, where all the salt mines are under Lake Erie. If y'all want me to show you a picture, I will. I had to learn all this. It wasn't given to me. And this is all, believe it or not, even this far north is Cascadia subduction zone problems. And that's a 3-4 at 5 21.4 kilometers. And then we have another one right here at 2.5 at a depth of 21.4 kilometers. So that's all they're reporting. The last one is over here near the salt mine. And I want to teach y'all because I had to learn. Everyone has to learn from someone, right? I think it's... And let me cheat a little bit. Yes, Erie. Lake Erie salt mine. So this all goes upriver, if you will, because it's the northern. How about under? So the entire area under Lake Erie are huge Cargill salt mines. And we'll go into photos or images. I didn't know any of this until I started looking into it and trying to figure out why we saw so many earthquakes right here. And the Cargill mines, and this is all the salt here, and that all actually works its way up through that river in Canada, and they're mining it in 2 different places there. There could be different deposits there as well, but these deposits all come from Lake Erie, and they're absolutely huge. This is the Cargill mine. I'm going to show y'all. It's bigger than Cleveland. That's the Cargill salt mine. That's all under the water. Under the water. Imagine all this underwater here off the coast of Cleveland. And this is the international airport. So I went into looking, you know me, there were some earthquakes right there. I just couldn't figure it out. And of course I came on and came up with the salt mines. And that's what's doing it. Miss Teresa, I'm shouting out a warning to you. And this is headed your direction. It wasn't going to hit you today. It looks like it's going to dissipate tomorrow. Looks like, but I just don't believe it's going to with all the moisture coming off the Gulf. You can see the heavy thunderstorms hitting me already. That's today. Look at tomorrow. It gets worse into the next day. So I believe that this subtropical low, not high pressure like they put here, it's a low. We're going to have a catastrophe. And I've called this out 3 or 4 days ago in the central part of the U.S. here this week. Let's continue. So we covered that. We'll continue here quickly. I want to get this through quickly. Only a few big faults. This is actually in an area where the plates don't match up. See that blue line there? And there's a really big, angle in the plate here. And then, of course, this is the biggest caldera, most dangerous caldera on the planet here. And all this is the last eruption. And we only have a couple of other big ones, and then we'll do them all, guys. These are all around Zealandia, the continent that's rising from Tonga down to the Kermadec Islands, down to White Island. Look, here's another White Island, James. Oh, how weird. This is the one that spurts out 6,000 ounces of gold every day, Erebus, right? And, of course, I will show y'all Zealandia real quickly. I don't know if we have anyone new watching, but I'll do it anyway. I know it'll just come up for me. So Zealandia is a continent that is rising out of the ocean, and everyone has a different opinion of how big it is and where it goes. I believe it goes all the way to Fiji and Tonga over here. They have New Caledonia in here. New Zealand's making a land claim, but not for all this area. They're making a land claim for the very most shallow areas in the adjoining. They're claiming that they're a continent, Zealandia continent, continental shelf, and then New Caledonia is included. There could be a small strait here, and I believe this goes up all the way into this area. Fiji Tonga, etc., and then works its way actually up to Papua New Guinea, if you want the truth. I know y'all want the truth or y'all wouldn't be here, right? All right, we're going to put them all on, get through with this quickly. I want y'all to first look at this biggest caldera on Earth. Look at this swarm to the north of it, to the south of it here. It's called XINJIANG, and it's swarming to the north, swarming to the south. Y'all can, I know if y'all have been watching me, y'all can see that the Himalayan mountains are the only thing that saved India from this, and it actually formed Burma, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and I believe Malaysia and Samaria, or not Samaria, Singapore and Sumatra. Is it Sumatra? And maybe some of the Indonesian islands as well. So this is a very big problem here. There's a 5-0 right here in Afghanistan. All part of this system here, this big caldera here. Now, here is this fault line that's formed over 1 year between Turkey and Syria. I thought it would take millions of years for a fault to form, but that's not what happened at all. Right there on the black, it's about to form. Once this fault is completely formed, all the energy will push over to the Aegean Sea. That's just how things work. See, the plates are black and blue. That means they're not real plates or they're not developed. And every island in the Aegean Sea is a volcano. And what does the Bible say? It seems like a playbook about what's going on right now. FYI, Cyprus is owned by the CIA. They took it over in the 1972 three-day war between Turkey and Greece. All the servers for everything you use, investing.com, E-Trade, they all go to Cyprus because they own it all. Trust me, I've been there on their computers. So we're going to have a earthquake in this area here. It's going to, and y'all can see these fault lines trying to build. It's going to send a tsunami after the armies surround Israel. And it does say, I believe in the Bible, and tell me if I'm wrong, Israel will be destroyed. Will be destroyed, but not before Syria or the capital of Syria is destroyed, Damascus, right? Damascus. So Damascus should be destroyed first, and then Israel should be destroyed. That's why the Bible says, don't turn around and get your coat, just run to the highest mountain. Why would they say highest mountain? Because the tidal wave is over 150 feet high. The one they're talking about, at least, guys. All right, we've got a lot of action over here. This is the Straits of Gibraltar here. A lot of disconnections and plate boundaries here. We're going to do this quickly. This is a little bit new here. Erta El volcano in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is very biblical, as most people probably know. And then we have this here in South Africa, a 3.0, and there are actually three volcanoes right where that is. Right where that is, jumping over Mexico City down, a lot of magma movement. You can't see it, but there's about 7 or 8 volcanoes that are in heavy eruption here. 1, 2, and I will zoom in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All that is going on into Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. The air quality, they told us not to even go fill up our cars. It was too dangerous. PM 2.5, the deadliest particulate known to man. We'll go back to all. You can see that works its way all the way down to, well, Colombia, a little bit in Venezuela, all these volcanoes awakening, and then the Peruvian-Chilean wedge. I told you, I thought the Peruvian-Chilean wedge would go off much sooner with almost 30,000 active volcanoes. We've got 3 volcanoes erupting right there in the Peruvian-Chilean wedge. A lot of it's owned by Argentina, but none of the actual coast. The biggest earthquake that's ever occurred is where this plate boundary meets the South American Pacific plate boundary right here. That was the biggest magnitude. Actually, more people died in the Haiti quake, although several 100,000 people died here. I think it was 100,000. I think over 300,000 people died in the Haiti quake. Thanks, Hillary. Thanks, Hillary. Michael Volcano, South Sandwich Islands, owned by the United Kingdom, by the way. They need to give it up, man. Imperialist. This is, look, la 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 la. Palma, Canary Islands is waking up again. This is going to be the Azores Islands of Portugal. Beautiful area. Portugal's a little country right there in Spain. It's probably going to be Portugal right there, southwest Grandola, Portugal. And you can see what the Aegean Sea looks like when you back out. And you can also see what that caldera looks like when you back out. And you can also see what's happening around Indonesia and up through Japan, where all the jackasses continue to build nuclear power plants. We have a 4-2 here in Russia. We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 volcanoes on the peninsula of Russia. And this is the volcanic range, same volcanic range that goes into Kilauea and Honolulu. Right? And this is the landing horizon. We went over that. There's Tonga. Remember the rods of God that I caught on film? A 5.8. It's the biggest quake of the day. A 5.2 here. That's the landing of the continent rising here. And we talked about that. This is a weird quake here. Okay, this is a weird quake. Magnitude 4.3, 11.3 kilometers. I'm going to have to do some investigation. I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to have to do some investigation. I will zoom in and see if there's any easy answers real quick. Like some mining. There's 2 quakes there. See if there's any mining or anything that looks out of the ordinary here. And I see nothing. I see nothing. What is this? It won't come up. Usually pops up on the left, guys. MG. I see nothing in the area. We're going to have to move on. Very strange. 2 quakes, very strange. Right there in Brazil. All right. We're going to keep going because we've got to go quick here. We really don't have to. Well, look at the swarm here. Golly. Look at North Carolina. Where's Crazy Kathy? And look at North Carolina. New Hampshire. A 2.6, a 2.3 in North Carolina. This might be New Madrid. This is fracking. This is actually the Sea of Cortez splitting its mind. All right, we're going to go on from here, and we're going to look at the USGS. Everyone knows Pat Price, the CIA's #1 remote viewer, Mount Hayes, Mount Spur here. Lots of swarming, lots of UFOs. It's called the Devil's Triangle, one of 3 that we know about on planet Earth here. And we had this quake offshore here. The Juan de Fuca plate meets the North American plate, being pushed by the Pacific plate, and that's where you're seeing so much action here in the U.S. Everything in red here has happened within an hour. This is all fracking. This is New Madrid right on it. You can see the New Madrid fault line here. This is right on a fault too. North Carolina, nothing to be worried about. If I turn on hazards, U.S. hazards, look, it's right there. And this one's a little bit off-centered, but nothing to be worried about. This in New Hampshire, man, we can see the faults coming through here, guys, but it's a pretty strange quake here in New Hampshire at 2.6 at 7 kilometers. It's not drilling. It's not fracking. There is a volcanic range that goes into that area here, if you can see it, coming out and onto the continental shelf into the Boston area, and I guess New Hampshire's just north of that. All right, these are all within the last hour. We'll take a look at some of the mountains real quick before we move on to the next slide. Is that blasting? It's blasting. They're allowing blasting just to the left of Mount Rainier. That's Glacier's Peak, right? Glacier's Peak, Wilderness Rim. That's going to be Mount St. Helens, a 0.0 on Amboy, Washington. Look, negative 1.7 kilometers of sea level. It's getting up there towards the top of that mountain, right? Which is about 14,000 feet. We also have a 0.4 at 18 kilometers. We looked at that. Well, quickly, look at these swarms around here. This all has to do with the Garlock Fault and, well, the new fault coming through, the Walker Lane Fault. Look right there in Lake Tahoe. But they say, James, it's not a volcano. It's a volcano, people. If you read the field notes of the USGS, all the scientists say it's a big volcano. This is actually Clear Lake Volcanic Field. This is Cobb Mountain. This is another mountain. This is the Clear Lake. City of Clear Lake. Never seen this few earthquakes on Clear Lake. This is now the biggest geothermal plant in the nation, in the world, in the globe, Earth. The one in, not in Iceland, but Greenland used to be bigger. Iceland, I guess. They switched names up. Used to be bigger, but it melted. If anyone wants to guess, I'll just show y'all real quick. We don't have time for guessing tonight. Only 19 earthquakes on Cobb Mountain. That's the least I've ever seen. Least I've ever seen. Look at that. Look at that. What do y'all think this is? Right in the middle of the valley. I'll give you one guess. I'll give you one guess what that is. Why no one's living on it. You only get one guess. All right. Then, of course, Lake Tahoe is a huge volcanic lake. And this is Long Valley Caldera right here. And all this is associated with, and I'll zoom out to show y'all, Yellowstone's last eruption. You can see the lines here of the magma flow and how they hit Wawa Springs here and stopped at Wawa Springs, which is the biggest shield volcano on Earth right here. Y'all about to see the whole thing's on fire now, the entire thing. All this crap down here is because at the end of the fault line here, y'all call it the San Andreas, I call it the North American Pacific Plate Boundary, Sea of Cortez, Salton Sea, Sea of Cortez. All this has to do with this breaking off and becoming our new West Coast boundary, the Walker Lane Fault Line. There's parts of the valley that are 22 to 24 feet below sea level. Y'all get ready to watch it flood, because it will flood in the next 5 years or less, period. Fracking, New Madrid, we went over those, and that's a wrap too. How's everyone doing tonight? But they must know I'm about to shit my pants in. All right. This is all these fires are on the New Madrid here. That's something to watch out for, but also the yellow flag warning and all these fires on the Wawa Springs Caldera here. 90% contained. I like that. It was nothing contained. 1% contained. I don't like that. The salt incident right outside of Phoenix. I know that there's the salt incident must be where the evacuations are happening in New Mexico. There's evacuations, and we will pull it up. There's evacuations right now and basically contained here, but Wawa Springs will be on fire in a circle. We're starting to see big fires break out here. We'll look at the post event here, 15,500 acres. It's overnight, guys. Overnight. 5% contained. I told y'all we saw blue beams in Washington, 8,500 acres and 100% contained. I like that. 1,200 acres, 50% contained. 5,300 acres, 23% contained. I wonder if that's secret language. And then the post-fire. It's not the post-incident. It's the post-fire. Let's see if they'll give me any Twitter. Really strange because everything's working fine. All right. We're going to do I should have put wildfire in, but we'll do fire evacuations real quickly, guys. Golly, they're not being nice to me at all tonight. This is California post-Sonoma County post-fire. This is probably the post-fire. Let me blow this up a little bit. This is going to be, like I told y'all, I believe Ruidoso is going to be in, look, is this, and I'm pretty sure it is, the South Fork fire, which is going to be actually probably either right here, salt incident, South Fork fire. No, well, I thought Ruidoso is New Mexico. I'm pretty sure it is. Am I right? So I know that there's evacuations going on right now in New Mexico. I think it's Ruidoso, and I think that's what you're seeing here. Here is New Mexico. I told y'all. Look at this. Jeez Louise. That is incredible. Incredible. There goes that Albertsons. There goes that Albertsons. This is Ruidoso, New Mexico. I mean, where do you go? You get in your truck and you leave immediately. This is unbelievable strength. These are people trying to get out of town. Imagine. I mean, this is crazy stuff, guys. You can see not as crazy as stuff here, but you can see that all Ruidoso, which is New Mexico, is being evacuated as we speak, which is a huge town, a big town. There's the little incident here. South Fork fire, Ruidoso, New Mexico. I was right. 9:07 a.m. Monday. It's gotten much worse. I don't know why it's not showing up on our fire deal here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. It might be right under here. Bluetooth incident, salt incident, or they might be calling it something else. But I want to let y'all know how bad it really was. Everyone be kind to each other. We just got disconnected and reconnected. Let me know if anyone can hear me. And let me know who the next person that's going to give me a super chat is. Or buy us a cup of coffee. Because damn well know I've been working since 11 o'clock this morning for $20. Unless y'all give me a super chat. All right. All the fires down here, guys, are all magma related from Mexico City down. This is all the stuff that's killing the air quality around Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Donna! Always to the rescue. Thunder, snow you, now I remember. Donna, you're the girl. All right. If I had to pick my favorite subscriber, it would be you. All right. Except for I know God subscribes here too. All right. So guys, this is all these fires that you see here. That's right where the biggest part of the New Madrid is. That's where New Madrid, Missouri actually is, right here on the river. I know all about this. And you can see all the fires starting right there where the action is going to happen. It's not only going to happen over here. Now, let's have a little fun. And look at all the fires. Watch this. Everything in yellow and red has been started today. Watch this. And then everything in white and red is still burning from yesterday. I mean, if you want to be a fireman, and this is the big one, coming down the post-fire incident, there's another one next to it. I call it the post-fire incident too. It's a separate deal. It'll burn right over. Wow. We've got all this. I believe this is Santa Monica Boulevard right here, going to Shutters on the beach here. I used to go party all the time in LA. They used to all know me at the clubs, in the house, right? I walked around the line. They call them Texas is here. Texas is here. All right, look at all the fires these whack jobs have started. I told y'all they're stealing fire hydrants in all of South Central, and that's probably not a good idea because, well, how are they going to put your fires out if you're stealing the fire hydrants? I hope they just fence it and burn it, but it's probably not fair of me to say. All right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so y'all can see what's happening here. 2 new fires here near Flagstaff, another one here. And these are all around Wawa Springs, right? Wawa Springs. Always the same old. Just a different day, a different time. Let's see if there's anything else we need to see. Let's see if Dan's misbehaving down here in Florida. It's going to be a little bit further south than this. You start seeing a lot of fires, Dan. I'm going to call somebody. What we saw in Boston, it all disappeared when you left. Dan knows I'm kidding. Look, guys, I'm supposed to be on VPN secure, and they have me at home. I want to drag it over there. I'm dragging it to the middle of nowhere. Tired of these peeps. I guess I can't drag it there. Maybe I can. Maybe I can put it anywhere I want to. All right, so this is the PM 2.5, all coming from these volcanoes that are right here in Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. And it's all headed up into the Texas coast, Louisiana coast here, and actually into the Central Plains. I don't know why these are green, because we can see. Let me put this somewhere that it'll work better. We'll put it in Dallas. Isn't that funny? They're trying to figure out what the hell is he doing, man? How's he doing this? Well, you got to pay to play. If you want to play, you got to pay. Right? Donna Brown, God bless you. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so look at the air quality of the United States. This is the worst I've ever seen it. But the sensors don't show it. They don't show it. Look at this mobile unit here in red, 153 parts per million, whereas in just 10 parts per million, increase your lung cancer percentage by 36%, according to WHO and the International Research Association on Cancer. That's a mobile unit, and they've moved it all the way down to where? Ruidoso, New Mexico. They seem to know where this is going to happen before it happens. we've counted 17 mobile units. They have 3 working, and they've got a lot of these federal and home. If y'all want to buy a sensor, go to airnowhere.gov, AirNow, and you can buy one for, I think, $4.99 or $5.99, which is ridiculous. It used to be $2.99 when we started. Look at the air quality that's coming up through here, and I'm guessing it's from some of the fires coming down from Alberta in this area here, guys. Or, excuse me, Quebec in this area here. Because I know it's on fire and I'm about to show y'all. But this is some pretty, if you back off, look, this is some pretty tough air quality. On TV today here in Houston, they told us not to even go get gas because the air quality was so bad, it would be dangerous just to get out to get gas. You can see the fires. What are the 4 or 5 things that causes PM 2.5? Wildfires, nuclear power plants, large industrial units. There's some more of volcanoes. There's only 5. I'm trying to think of the 5th. And then we see a mobile unit green. They're bringing them down, Look at the valley in California. And this is from the volcanic islands offshore right here, okay? And the fires burning onshore. Let's not get mixed up or confused. But we all talked about Catalina's a volcano. All this is volcanic. And look at this. This is someone's home recorder. And you can trust his more than anyone's. Especially if he has a VPN on. Like I've got 2 on. This is basically downtown Los Angeles, Hacienda Heights, a 427. A 427. We're just 10 parts per million. Increases your lung cancer percentage by 36%. This is scary stuff. And look, well, if you zoom in, everything that's circular, look at all the homes that are turned off. Very strange. That home's all by itself right there. There must be some volcanic activity happening on this volcanic range. Los Angeles has 5 volcanic ranges surrounding it. 5. So it's a shit show, right? Nowhere you want to live. And I'm thinking Florida is nowhere you want to live anymore after learning about the methane hydrate from the very smart lady that views our channel. I'm not sure if she's a subscriber, so I won't call her a subscriber. You can see Oklahoma. Look, you can see the PM 2.5, but yet they have it as just 40. 44 is great. When 10 increases your lung cancer percentage by 36%. 44 is great. We'll put that as green. And that goes all the way up through New England, all the way up through every state here, guys, on the East Coast. Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Ohio. It's all going to be Pennsylvania here. And then look into the Boston area. Remember, square sensors, people's home. Circular sensors, federal buildings. You'll never see I've never seen a mobile unit on the East Coast, but that might change because I've also never seen a mobile unit this far into Walnut Springs here. Never have I. Whoa, they're getting mad at me. Oh, how did that happen? How do we find that? I mean, that's what this is here to monitor. What fire is this? It's a big one. Is that the one? Where's Ruidoso? It's a damn big fire here. You know who took us here? I didn't touch a thing, man. My mouse just took us. It's a damn big fire, too. My mouse didn't do anything. Someone took us, or something. So air quality is terrible. They actually came out on our news, said don't even go get gas. The air quality is so bad. I wanted to show y'all the big fire. Remember, it almost went out with that northern front. Look at the Northwest Territories, how big. Everything in red's on fire today. And then we move over to Quebec, and we've got the same thing. That's where the air quality is coming from. It's a shit show. That's all it is. It's a shit show. They're working. Now, this is GOES, and they have cameras pointed towards the planet as well, supposedly. I don't know. In the balloon, look at British Columbia. I don't see anything happening in Northwest Territories, really, but British Columbia is just teeming. Every flame you see here is 1,000 acres or more. And then if you look around Wawa Springs, I told y'all this would happen. It's going to get worse. I told y'all this would happen. It's a perfect circle around Wawa Springs, the biggest shoe volcano on Earth. And then Los Angeles is on fire, obviously. I think that's the post fire. Nope, it's another one over 1,000 acres. Is that's too south to be the post fire. Is that the post fire? That is the post fire. 15,600 acres, probably measured yesterday on the 15th. Today's the 19th. It's burning so bad right now. If we go to, and we will take a look. Wow. This is New Mexico. This is Ruidoso, New Mexico. Watch that here too. There's an Albertsons. It's going to be gone. Gone, girl. This is just incredible. Ruidoso. And we're not even seeing a big fire there. And I will do post-fire evacuations here. So, look. This is another damn fire in California. Oh, it's part of the post-fire. Wow, 14,000 acres, 0% contained. 14 hours ago. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Ruidoso. This is New Mexico. Unbelievable. The world's on fire. I think the Bible says fire and brimstone, right? Look, she's sitting there. She better get the heck out of there. Fire with winds at 30 and 40 and 50 miles per hour spreads so quickly. No one can believe how quick it spreads. You get caught up. Look at her pointing. When the concrete's steaming, you leave. Can you believe we're going to lose Ruidoso, New Mexico? Place I've been like 50 times. Look at this. I really don't know what to say anymore. It's gotten to be that bad here. Is it a tornado one day, huge fires the next day? These are all evacuations. I'm going to put post-fire in here because they're evacuating everything with the post. There's the Arrow fire, never even heard of it. There's another one in Yolo County. Never heard of this one either. Sacramento. This is up by Sacramento. All of California will soon be on fire. Ruidoso. It's gone. Ruidoso's gone. I've been there like 50 times. I can't believe it. What a beautiful town. I really can't believe that this is occurring right now. This is real time, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm going to put post-fire just because that's the real big one, threatening the Hollywood elite, right? Like I give a hoot, don't pollute. Look, Fire began at Groman off-ramp, SP5. Guys, I-5 is the biggest interstate that you can think of in that area through the valley and into LA. Look at this. So the post-fire is still growing. Oh yeah, drive into it. Drive into it. That sounds like a great idea. If I was thinking about great ideas, I'd be driving this way. I wouldn't turn around. Look, you're going to drive into it? I mean, come on. If I see any of you guys doing this, I'm going to kick you into you know what's. Right? 2% contained. 12,000 acres. The Gorman fire. This is one we've not even heard about yet. This is part of the post fire. It looks like 2% contained. This is a total shit show, as y'all can see. All right, let's continue if we can. If anyone has the information, why don't fires start on the equator? I'd absolutely love anyone, like the lady that taught me about the methane hydrate explosions. If she could teach me why fires don't happen on the equator, I will do the report. I'll spend the time like I did yesterday. She was so happy that I spent the time and did it for her. Not for her, I did it for humanity, as we all know, but she just couldn't believe the breadth that we have, right? A lot of people, thousands of people saw that, and they're still watching it. Now, this is real time. I'm getting killed right now. I've got winds outside at about 45 to 50 miles an hour. Almost afraid to go to sleep. We have something huge. We've got this coming from the Atlantic that's jumped over already. And it's joining in this other system. And it's tropical storm right there. Tropical storm. This is right now. And ladies and gentlemen, what really bothers me the most, look at this shit. The southern hemisphere. Don't go living down where Adrian Campbell does. You got to be a real man to live where Campbell does. This is going right into Houston. They told me that Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be at a dead stop here. They're expecting bad news here. And hey, I might have read some of the hurricane information incorrectly, but I'm going to actually show you guys that right now because it's very confusing. My Fox Hurricane hasn't called out 91L anymore, and they don't call out Alberto, which would be the first named storm. So it's very confusing. And the National Hurricane Center only calls out 2 disturbances, not 3, which I think we have 3 going on right now. Well, the problem is I live in a forest, and when I leave tomorrow, when I left today, there were branches all over the roads, and my little SUV doesn't do well with branches. I don't have a big 4x4 like I used to. I used to have a Raptor, right? Or a Range Rover or something. But now that I have to pay for my house, my ex-wife's alimony, and my child support, I got a little Toyota SUV, and it's not the same. Can't go over the big stuff. You know, guys, I've already lost 3 homes. 3 homes. No, I don't think there's any chance. Although we have a beach house on the Mississippi coast, this already jumped over Florida. Some lady asked me, James, you're not a meteorologist, are you? I said, no, but I'm right more often than they are. So, well, tell me, is there going to be rain in North Florida? And today I did a video just for her. If y'all heard me, I showed her all the rain hitting North Florida. I said, you're welcome. I said, yes, trust me, yes, yes. I always call out I've been dealing with hurricanes so much. I can call out, and this one's spinning the right way. I can call out exactly how strong it'll hit, category 3, 4, 5, when they say 1, right? And I don't plan on losing any more homes, but the Gulf of Mexico, just like I called out, if y'all watch my earlier report, is one big, the whole Gulf is one big system. And I tried to show y'all that. It's one big hurricane. It almost looks, and look how, the Gulf of Mexico is huge, right? It's huge. But when you go down to the southern hemisphere, it's nothing. People like Agent Campbell in Australia and the tip of Africa and South America are dealing with so much more. Although this is going to flood Houston out. I live 174 feet above sea level. Only because I've been reading my Bible a long time. So when I bought that house and I leased this condo, I made sure we were over 150 feet above sea level. So this is the real deal hitting me, guys. And there's there's reinforcements coming, jumping over Florida. They're getting tons of rain right now. And reinforcements coming from south of Cuba and off the coast of Honduras. It's one big system. Now, tomorrow, I have a power supply I bought for my router, so I can go for about 3 or 4 hours after the electricity goes off. My computers will hold a charge, and the router is on an ACP, which is a high end of, will keep us going for 4 or 5 hours maybe. Well, actually, they say the jet stream is no longer La Nina. It's moved back north, but I don't believe them. They said that only 2 days ago, and I just don't trust. Look at all the moisture. They said that storm, remember, would cross over Mexico. I said, no, it's not crossing over Mexico. I guess I nailed it as usual, right? Watch this morning's hurricane spaghetti models and watch what I say versus the reality, which is the same versus what they say, right? My Fox Hurricane, etc. This is a real shit show for me tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But wait, I'm going to play this. Watch down here. Watch. It's going to go on for days. That's Wednesday. It's going to hit Tornado Alley here. Subtropical lows. Look at this. Y'all can see tornadoes as far as Arizona. I'm making a weird call. No one's ever heard that call before, right? And here comes the next one because there's another reinforcement coming. You're going to see, remember, you've never seen a tornado in Arizona, but I just made New Mexico, Arizona call. I just did it. Me. I'm the one. And then a third one coming in, and this is only Sunday. So the fun is just beginning. And don't think that the East Coast is getting away with anything either, guys. It's going to be a total show. Now, I want to show you all that PM 2.5, the deadliest particulate known to man, is within all this crap. And we'll just slowly go into Wednesday. They told us not to even go pump gas to get out of the car because of the air quality. That's what the Chronicle and ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS Houston said today. Because all the particulates are being picked up, and Sloan, is that a word? Sloan? I don't think it is. Over Houston, And my parents live in this little bitty island right here in Mississippi. And they're getting, my dad, you can't even hear me, so sick. I said, Dad, quit going outside and walking right now for a couple of days. It's better for your health if you don't walk for 2 days. Y'all can see this through Thursday. Look at all the PM 2.5. Let's just get a measurement here. So we're talking about 30 parts per million cubed, whereas 10 parts per million cubed, or nanograms per meter cubed, increase your lung cancer percentage by 36%. Now, you can't just say it's 150%. There's an equation and statistics that you have to use there, but let's just say it's not a party outside here where I live. And let me just say that the same situation up here in the the central U.S. Not as high as you, Jerome, and I don't mean that as a joke. But I want y'all to see the northern plains here. They're a pretty city. I want y'all to see the northern plains here. That must have been Nashville. I bet it was. Yep, it's Nashville. I want y'all to see what's happening air quality-wise around Lake Erie, Michigan. This is actually Canada here. I believe this is this Illinois? You'll have to help me up in this little area here. I've been, if I haven't drilled the state, I'm not as familiar with it, right? And this continues. All right. Now we have an actual tropical storm warning. They said it again. If I go to My Fox Hurricane, they're going to show you nothing like this. They're going to say that it went off to the... No winds are going across Mexico. No winds whatsoever. It's almost like they're trying to fool us or something. I'm not quite sure what to call it. And this is a heat advisory for the Northeast, right? A heat advisory from Pennsylvania, New York, all the states I hate to, here in New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts. For some reason, I don't mind Maine that much. I think they're pretty conservative. Excessive heat warning through here, though. I wonder what excessive heat is for them. Excessive heat watch. I think that's like 99 degrees. It's going to be 120, they guesstimate here this year. So, night and day, right? Night and day. Now, that was today. I'm worried about Miss Teresa for tonight and into tomorrow. They say everything's going to relax, which is a lie, except for where I'm at. And they have severe thunderstorms. This will all change. Bad information. And it's, not regularly that we get bad information from the National Weather Service, the NWS. But that's exactly what we're getting here. All right. There was one more thing I wanted to show you guys before we went. We'll check earthquakes real quick. Nothing. We'll check space weather real quick. I do this like 40 times a day, right? Nothing. And then I'll show y'all the real problem. They call it 1, but they don't call it Alberto, right? And then if you hit the 7-day forecast, it only has storms 1 and 2. And it's very confusing here because I think they're talking about a second storm starting right under the storm that's really not named. Not named Alberto, not named 91L anymore, which is the tropical low 91L, which it was named. They're already seeing this hit here, and they're giving it a 30% chance of a second formation. And if you go to a 2-day graphical, that barometric pressure is getting awful low right there, okay? Only 40 mile per hour wind, so it's not a cyclone. It says potential cyclone 1. Potential. What a weird situation. How can you have one form on another? I'll go to MyFox Hurricane because I was arguing with somebody, and I respect his point of view. Look what they say is going to happen. They say that's going to happen, but all the winds are going north. This is actually the National Hurricane Center's track. Yes, makes landfall sometime at Wednesday night into Thursday a.m. Goes nowhere near, but that's not what's happening at all. I don't know where these people are, what they're smoking. Look at this. It's a huge hurricane in the entire Gulf of Mexico. Is this not one big system? And look at that. Is this not one big system actually rotating the proper way, counterclockwise? It's exactly what this is. Exactly what this is. And you can see it better on infrared. Watch it. It's hard to see any rotation whatsoever. And look. Everyone comes up. All the computer models are not bringing this north, but all the winds are going north. Nothing is going across California. Nothing whatsoever. I will get back to windy and show y'all. Let me show y'all real quick before we go. Well, we do have some winds going in there, and we'll see what happens here. But remember, this is now. What's happening now. Now. We're going to play it forward and watch Louisiana and Texas get killed. And then the front come through here. Again, I'm looking for tornadoes in New Mexico and even Arizona. And guess what? I'm not going to be wrong. Remember, always right. It's sad. I get my information from a different source than most people. So y'all prepare yourselves for some traumatic weather over the next 6 years. And God bless each and every one of you guys. Please share our videos. Very important you share our videos. Y'all are the only white hats that I know, right? If not you, then who? If not now, then when? Please share. Please subscribe. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, that anything is possible in bizarre-ass world. Right? Why do they have all these warnings if it's going? Yep. Oh, I think we're going to get a reading. James Kopman, World News Report today. Who am I speaking with?
Your brother from another mother.
I would not even say your name. I was thinking about that when I asked you.
Your brother from another mother with the same father.
Do you have a little reading you want to do for us or something?
Absolutely. Psalms 91. It's a short one.
All right, hold on. Let me get it out. It takes me a second.
Hey,
So
you might want to rephrase that.
It takes me a second?
No, what you said.
What did I say? Let me get it up.
Take me a second to get it up.
Well, it does take everybody. Yeah.
I'm
So
just messing with you,
you've read Psalms 90 before. I could see it on my
90
computer.
Last time in 91, he told me today that keep.
Oh, I could just see that I had read it or someone
You
had.
can start it off.
Psalms 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet, because he hath set his love upon me. Therefore I will deliver him, and I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
Amen.
Amen. And we were just talking about that earlier.
We were.
Amen.
It hits home. It hits home.
Trees ain't got nothing to worry about. Anybody that actually has God in them and knows that God is with them has nothing to fear. That's why he said 356 times in his word, fear not. We don't have to fear anything, because he's with us. He goes before us and he goes behind us. It's written in his word, and if you believe it, you receive it.
Well, very, very well said, Fred, or whatever your name is.
Brother, yeah. You know what? Don't none of us know who we really are in God's eyes unless we have a personal relationship with him.
Well, I'm doing that to protect you.
Yeah, I know. It's all good, brother.
Right.
I don't fear nothing. They can all kiss my behind.
Well, I'd rather you be able to
all the
speak.
haters, all the ones that don't like God and don't follow his word. That's on them. You know, I pray for them. You know, and I wish I could get through to them, and maybe I can one day. When God shows up,
I doubt it.
When God shows up and changes me to who he called me to be and does what he says he's going to do in his word, like it says in Isaiah and Jeremiah and Ezekiel, you know, I'm far from where I need to be, and I'm nothing without him. Until he's in me and with me, I'm nothing. I'm just like you and the next sinner. You know, that's why he said I might be bringing all the Gentiles together, because I am a Gentile. You know, we all are. If we're not Jews, we're Gentiles, right? But aren't we all Jews and Gentiles?
I think I'm both. I was about to say I'm both.
Yeah, we're all mixed. Everybody is. I don't care who you are. You got mixed blood in you somewhere. There's no pure blood left. We're all.
Well, some of these.
The only thing pure about us is our spirit.
Some of these wacko families that are leading some of the Western European countries.
Oh yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Bloodlines. You talking about the bloodlines?
They marry. They only marry within the families. Okay.
Yeah.
Even Princess Diana, that y'all loved, she was a descendant from William the Conqueror. Okay. And Rollo the Walker, the Great, the Giant, whatever you want to call him. So there are some people that are whack jobs, but you see how their children end up.
Yeah, exactly.
Made
and you know, that's my only concern is the children. You know, I don't want to see any child suffer, but there's children suffering all over the world right now. There's children being sold sold into slavery and into prostitution and much worse.
And hey, whoa, YouTube alert. I did teach you guys that the reason we were in Niger is because of the Yellow Cake uranium mine, and the U.S. Army was running 12 to 14-year-olds to do, and it's bad to touch uranium, okay? By bad, I mean really bad, okay?
Well, now it's getting bad to breathe air.
Well, you saw the air quality. It's the worst we've ever seen it.
And it's kind of sad that they haven't done any statistics since 2016. You know, that's 8 years ago.
Yeah, over 4 million people died from...
8 years ago. That just goes to show you they don't care.
They don't want to update that, Jerome.
They don't. Not only that, but everything else. The radiation in the water and everything else. They know what they're doing. They're trying to... you know what they're trying to do.
YouTube alert.
Yeah, you know what they're doing.
Hey.
We all know what they're doing. But you know what? God's working too, and everything, you know, they can try to do whatever they want to do to get their AI world, their robots and everything else, but
we all know who you guys work for. You guys are the white hats. Don't stop looking for people to save you and start spreading the message. And if you can't,
start being the light. Start being the light. Speak out.
If you can't make your own message,
stand for something or fall for anything.
Pick and choose one of my videos or someone's videos. But I tell y'all, mine come from the heart, and what I tell y'all always turns out to be the truth. And it's not my doing. I have no control over any of it. Okay? Any of it. Jerome, how many times did I tell you 3,600 years before we heard that tonight?
For a couple of years.
And I don't even know why I picked that number. I didn't pick it. It was...
No, it's written. It's written. And see, that's another thing. The Anunnaki.
Anunnaki?
The Anunnaki, you know, the natives in ancient days, they had the Dene were the holy people. They were called the Dene. And the Anunnaki came over, and they got with the holy people and tried to change the holy people, and the holy people ran them off because they were evil. They tried to portray themselves as being holy, but they were evil. They took slaves and everything else, and they mistreated them. And the Dene, who are Navajo, and the tribes that were around Navajo, the Hopi and the Navajo and other tribes over there, they ran them all off. They ran the Asazi off. They ran them off because they took slaves and everything else, and they didn't treat everybody as they were meant to treat them. Same story goes, but it goes back to ancient days before we even came over here. Yeah, I know a lot about Native Americans and about their customs.
So I want to tell you what I know. I know probably maybe more than Jerome. There's been people on the continent here in the United States for over 12,000 years.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Before the Great Flood, there were people here, and the Aztecs started up here in the northern part and moved down to South America, okay?
Supposedly they came from Peru over to the mainland, and then
they've been to Georgia, Arizona, the Grand Canyon,
all the way across Arizona and Grand Canyon, and all the way down to Mexico, all the way down to Guatemala,
all the way down to Brazil.
Yep.
So the whole thing was populated by tens of millions of people.
For thousands of years, and they had a simple way of life.
You nailed it.
Coexisted.
Well, it wasn't that simple. They were very well advanced. Really, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, you know.
Yeah, but until we come over here and destroyed the world, they could have existed for thousands of more years.
Well, hey, God bless everyone. We're gonna prop it back up. Me, you, Jerome, the white hats out there.
Much love to everybody.
Much love.
I'm praying for all you, so pray for me.
I already said one just now. When you said that, you can say them that quick, guys. All you gotta do is think it. All you gotta do is think it.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say it on the phone or anywhere where anybody hear you, because it says in the Bible, when you pray, go to your secret place. God said that for a reason. He knew all this technology was going to be here then, and that Satan was going to steal every thought and every frequency that came out of your
YouTube
mind.
alert! YouTube alert! YouTube alert! All right, lots of love. We're trying to keep you on here. And it's almost impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, you know me.
You speak from the heart. That's all that matters.
That's it. I am a lot like you, brother. We're like two peas in a pie.
That's why we work together.
Amen.
God bless you.
That's why God brought us together.
I want everyone. So, me and Jerome have broken bread together physically. So, we are closer than most people know. But it's no big deal. It's just that we've broken bread together. So,
Amen.
With that said, God bless each and every one of you guys.
When I needed, what did he say in Matthew? When I was hungry, did you give me food? When I was tired, did you give me rest? I ate and slept at your house.
I love you.
You always got a place to eat and sleep in mine.
Well, you as well, sir. So God bless you.
You too, brother.
Thank you for your reading. It was wonderful. Thank everyone for joining us tonight. God bless you guys. Please get some sleep. Wake up with a positive attitude, and let's all be the white hats that God wants us to be. Because
go to sleep with a prayer and wake up with a prayer.
Remember, every morning I wake up, I look in my eyes to see if I can see still.
Not just a prayer, but praise too, and thanks for all that He has given each and every one. Because we're blessed in this country. Why do you think everybody's trying to come here? This is one nation under God. It was created under God, and it always has been, and always will be. That's why I said Michigan is the best state to be in. We don't get hurricanes. We don't get tsunamis. We don't get fires.
You have Whitmire. You have Whitmire, though.
Yeah, you know what?
I think it was the fix.
Listen,
I think it was the fix.
Republicans to move to Michigan.
Hey, let me tell y'all this. They found 300,000 non-people that didn't live in Michigan today, and the cool Republican Party, or not even the party, some group took 300,000 people off y'all's voter list that the Democrats had put on there that don't even exist.
That's good. They need to start stepping up. They need to you know what? All the vets in the United States all need to come to Michigan. All the Native American tribes need to all come to Michigan, and the UP, and all the states surrounding the Great Lakes, because God chose this state for a reason. It's shaped like a mitt, like a right hand, for a reason. There's only two places on the planet shaped like a body part. Italy, the foot, the one that crucified him, and the hand that raised him up. And I'm telling you, this is the state. That's why it says in the Word, it says the oceans and rivers will turn red. It does not say lakes.
I already tried to buy an acre from your brother, so...
There's plenty of, there's an acre down the street with a pole barn and a house on it for sale right now for $140.
That's cheap.
$140K.
Golly, that's cheap.
I get it for you right now.
I want some pictures.
I'll take pictures tomorrow and send them to you.
Guys, my little townhome.
It just went on the market.
My little townhome here, guys, with a bunch of people next to me that are slime balls. I tell you, one of them ate at Chick-fil-A and threw all the garbage in my garbage. And when you eat at Chick-fil-A, you got to give your name out. So I put a big sign up with a knife in it out front. It said, "Gabriel, get your fucking trash out of my garbage can, or you wish you would." And
if you buy this property in House James, or you and your dad buy it, I'll move my trailer down there and I'll fix that whole place up for you for free.
Is it that bad?
No, it's not. But I'll show you pictures. They were remodeling it, and the guy that was remodeling it passed away, and they're selling it as is for $140K.
Well, my dad will be best to look at it because he's an architect, engineer, and he's made 4 subdivisions and built the Bellagio.
It's got a new septic put in and everything else.
That's
It's got a well. It's got well water.
that would be less than half of what I paid for my little my little 2-bedroom would be less than half. Less than half. Unbelievable. Although my dad did warn me today, I told him I thought I was moving to Michigan, and he said, it's cold up there, son.
You know what? The last 2 winters, the lakes haven't even froze. The last 2 winters, they haven't even froze. And we didn't get hardly any snow the last 2 years.
Well, I've got one surgery here, July 15th. I've got to be here, and it's the last chance I'm going to give them. I almost had all my sight back, and then they, of course, didn't.
Yeah. It was perfect when you fasted for 7 days.
Yeah, the swelling. It's all about your body swelling, guys.
It's all about what you believe. You have the power in that third eye, that pineal gland. You have the power to heal yourself, brother. We all do.
I told Jerome to eat that meal after 7 days of not eating. I threw the first one away without having a single bite. I was not hungry. I did not want. I did not. Nothing. No alcohol, just I call it a water fast, right? But you don't want to drink too much water either. That's dangerous.
You gotta believe it. No weapon formed against you will prosper, brother. You just gotta believe it.
Well, it did work.
My brother was diagnosed with leukemia. I prayed for him, and I told him, get on God's frequency and start believing what you know and what you've learned and what you've read your whole life, because he's been a Mormon his whole life. But now he's not a Mormon. He believes in other things now. But I'm telling you, a month later, after he left here, his doctor gave him 6 months. His kids I had a fundraiser, raised enough money for him to come visit me and my sisters. And I prayed for me. A month later, he called me up and said, I love you, brother. I said, what? He goes, they just did blood tests. There's no sign of it. It's gone. And he's living for the Lord every day. And his name's Alan Zort, and he lives in Cottonwood, Arizona. If anybody wants to get a hold of him and see what a real true man of God is, he's got the spirit, trust me.
Well, God bless. Hey, yeah. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Sometimes I lose my voice because I'm just so enamored about we're holding the torch, guys.
Yes, we are. We have to be the light, brother.
Well,
and you know what? And that's why they hate us, and that's why they try to keep shutting you off, because they don't like us being a beacon for anything positive. They're all about the negative in their agenda, and you know this.
Think about the agenda that we've been pushed on. DI, rainbow flags.
Everything and divide and conquer. And if we don't stand up now, it's going to be too late.
It almost is.
It almost is. It may be too late.
This is our last hurrah.
Yeah, it's our last hurrah. Like I said, 2026, God's going to show them something.
And I'm not saying, hey, I'm not saying Trump's our savior, because y'all have seen all the hit pieces I've done on him. Why would he name his condo number 666 in a 58-story building? Why does he have Apollo over the fireplace? There's so many.
Yeah, why does he have a son named Baron?
And why is Baron 7 feet 2 inches tall? I mean,
come on. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out.
That's it, Nephilim bloodline, half of his bloodline.
Like I said, he's going to be ushered in, and then he's going to be ushered out.
And that's the most important thing. They want you guys to usher him in. They need y'all to beg him to lead you, because the Bible says that, and that's their playbook.
It is, but you see, everybody thinks it's supposed to be a certain way. It don't have to be a certain way. To what somebody seen in the spirit thousands of years ago may be totally different to what it is now. Being him ushered in and Reverend is what we have done already.
We're about to usher him in. Remember, wait, Jerome. Remember, before the first charge in 2022, I said he'd be charged and he would beat everything and we'd usher him in. My exact words.
Yep.
And those aren't really my words, guys. When I go to, I'm almost afraid to go to sleep at some point because I'm talked to a lot. And sometimes.
That's why I am where I am and who I am, because I'm not supposed to say or do anything until he comes in the picture.
Well, you know what?
I got my spear. I got my staff.
Why did I tell y'all 3,600 years is the pole flip? And then finally tonight, Gilgamesh, 7 times in a row. Y'all heard it.
Yep.
Said 3,600. I mean, why that number?
James, when you try to change a narrative, you have to have some truth.
That wasn't changing any narrative. That was the original narrative, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, who changed the narrative?
Well, the governments today did. They know. They can see the layers of the Grand Canyon, millions and millions of years old, by the water eroding those layers of rock. They can see how much ash and how many years the ash hit, and the volcanoes were active, and then it was good, and then it was bad, and then it was good.
This is a generation where all truth will be revealed, all knowledge is being revealed, and enlightenment and just everything. And it's just so much being revealed right now, and who we are as human beings, and who we could be as human beings. We have the power.
You know, I would brag, but I didn't come up with even the names of Isis, Osiris, and all that in the Grand Canyon. I woke up and rushed to the computer, so I can't brag. It's not on me. It's on some.
No, you see, but there's a spirit, a frequency that's going to you, just like it does to everybody that's in the spirit. Like when you're in the spirit and you see stuff more clearly than if you're in the flesh. If you're in the flesh, you can't see things of the. A lot of times you don't see things of the spirit because you're not looking for them. But when you're looking for them, when you're in the spirit and you're looking for them, you fast for 3 days and you're in the spirit. You're looking for them, and you're gonna see things and hear things that you would have never normally seen or heard because you were in the world and in the flesh. That's why it says, if you love the world, then you can't live in both worlds.
You know, although I've been a bastard a lot to everyone, but I've always cherished all you people, and I've always been.
I love everyone that's on this channel, James. And you know what? I love everyone that's off this channel. There's no such thing as a bad human being, just bad choices.
Well, if they're all human beings.
Yes,
so
they're all human beings, but there's a lot of demons out there that are portraying to be human beings that are.
When I saw Barack grab Biden and Biden froze up and he walked him off stage 2 days ago.
You know what? They have all the power. They run the world.
Do y'all know that they sent something to all social media to take that off? Barack put his hand on Joe, and Joe it was like he was instantly.
Well, me and you know who Barack really is.
Well, what it means is the one who's fallen in lightning or with lightning, one of the two. I've already studied it, so.
Yep. I believe he's one of the three.
And, you know, it's not my job to determine who's who. My job is to create the light. Hey, create the light force.
That's it. And we all got to ignite each other and get like-minded people to this channel.
And that's why sharing guys,
is caring. Sharing is caring.
I pulled up last week my stats off the other channel. Last month I made $127. Do y'all know how many hours I put in? For $127? I mean, just think. and I did that on purpose to teach all these people that think otherwise. I'm in it for one reason.
Well, you know what? You know what? I don't care if I get a dime in this world.
Well,
I don't care if I get any. You know what?
the only way, Joe, the only way we can keep the station open is with a couple bucks, right?
Yeah. Well, God's always going to make sure that you got a way to keep it on. As long as He wants this to be talked about. And
many channels were just taken down. Instead, they demonetized me, and then
you're still up.
And I'm remonetized. I'm the only channel that has been demonetized.
And if you can't see that ain't God's hand on it, then you must be blind.
Well, in one eye.
Yeah, well, you must be all the way blind if you can't see that God's got His hand on you.
Hey, love and light to all you. Lots of love to Miss Donna. Thank you for helping me with memberships. It really means a lot. I appreciate you.
It's 222 in Michigan.
It's
222.
Well, let's all hit the sack, and we'll do it all over tomorrow again. Deuces. We checked earthquakes. We checked space weather. We checked Schumann. We're good to go for an hour. So let's get some rest and try to do it all over again tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you guys. Please try to share the videos. I know. Well, you don't want to be looked down upon by people, etc., etc., etc. But anyone that judged you is probably on the wrong side of right. So, with that said, thank you, Mr. Jerome. George. Fred, I don't know what happened to him. I guess he hung up. Anyway, we're gonna peel off tonight. God bless you guys. I might have lost connection, or they're gonna hit my front door pretty soon. One of the two, right? I am locked and loaded. No big deal. I want to thank Miss Donna. I want to thank Adrian Campbell. Adrian, you got to go see what I put together tonight. It took 4 days to put that video together. That's me and my father working together. Good to see you, Adrian Campbell. Lots of love to you, man. That's probably one of our most important videos we've ever done tonight. It's kind of done in 2 parts, 1 and 2, only because they kept killing me. And I put my wall VPN. I have a wall VPN that plugs in, and then one here on the computer that's internal. And so we were actually able, after I hooked everything up, which was a total nightmare, to get the message out that everyone needed to hear. So with that said, Adrian Campbell, always a pleasure. My pleasure to see you. Miss Donna, good for you, sir. Did you see last night where I took the USGS and all the line? They took Teresa's video down from Facebook. The government called and said, take all those videos down about that earthquake, because they're drilling methane cores, methane hydrate cores, which are opening up methane hydrate holes in the Gulf and then under Florida. That's where I came up with a map of the sinkholes. A huge problem. Huge problem. I will sleep with my 45. And you know what? I don't even trust American guns. I got a CZ, a P07 that I sleep with on my chest. Hammer fired. Always hammer fired. Right? Hammer fired. God bless you, Miss Donna Brown. Thank you all. Love you all. And God bless you all. You have a great evening. We'll be back soon. Hopefully. remember, anything's possible in bizarre ass world, right? Guys, do y'all want me to have the other 10 books read, or should I do the Tablets of Thoth? I have those two interpreted with Chat GTP 4 Pro, which is several $1,000s a month. I can't afford it, we'll put it like that, but Grandpa can. Y'all let me know in the comments and stuff, and we'll talk to y'all soon. God bless. Well, I tried to give him the backup channel, so we're talking about that right now. He's good to go. God bless. Am I that bad of a host, Donna?